I am taking you to the finest cuisine in the land. Look at this place. Clear noodles, seaweed wrap. All right, so let's see that. Very good. And now this. In this video, I'm going to share with you a 2021 update. This is actually February 2021. I'm going to tell you what's working on Facebook ads for motivated sellers. And that way you can decide if you want to do it, or maybe you're currently trying to do it, but then you're going to find out that, man, I've been doing it all wrong, Chico. And I'm doing it while I'm eating my Korean lunch. What real estate guru teaches you stuff while they're eating? You might say it's rude. You might say, well, man, Chico, man, come on, have some decency. But I have no decency. There's a great spot here. A wonderful spot that I found. I say any fool can go to a city and find the best steakhouse in the city, but only really food ninjas can go in and find the really interesting spots, and that's what we have here today. But I know you didn't come here to watch me eat, so let's get right down to it. I even wrote some notes. So let's talk about number one. A lot of people have been asking me, hey Chico, there's been a lot of talk about Apple and Facebook just kind of having this fight and that it's going to affect the targeting and everything else, and they're wanting to know, Chico, what is the answer to this question? And I'm like, I have no idea. Why? Because you never want to make any assumptions about anything. What you want to do is you want to test and you want to implement things and you want to see what the results are. And I can tell you that right now, there are no changes. We are generating leads every single day, good leads with Facebook right now. So regardless of whatever you hear in the news with Facebook and Apple fighting it out, don't worry about it right now. If something changes, I'll let you know in this channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get those videos from me. But don't worry about it. Start running some ads and start generating some leads. Number two, second update is low budget campaigns work best. You got to keep, listen, Facebook, you have to think about the way Facebook is going to charge you. Facebook charges you based on the number of impressions. They don't care how many leads you got. They don't care about anything. If they show your ad, they're going to charge you. It is your job to make that ad as compelling as it can be so that you can get results. That being the case, Facebook is really good at taking your money. What does that mean? That if you tell Facebook, here's $100 today, what they're going to do is today they're going to take your $100 and then tomorrow they're going to ask you for another $100. Why? Because that's the only way that Mr. Zuckerberg got to become a billionaire, by taking your money. So you have to be cautious about that. So whenever you start campaigns, start them off at $20 a day. That's what I start off all my campaigns. $20, $25, that is it. If you get leads today, then you spend another $25 tomorrow and you go step by step like that. Now, what if you want to do, say, Chico, man, I want to blow it up. what if I want to spend $100 a day? Well, you could do is run separate $20 campaigns that add up to that larger budget, but each campaign individually should be low budget. Let's talk about tip number three, geography.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
When you're working with Facebook and you're trying to do targeting for real estate, you have to go as broad as you feel comfortable with. So for example, I'm in Miami. So I'm going to target Dade County, the entire county, so I can get as many leads as I can. Trying to target a very small population area, it's not going to work. Number one is Facebook only allows you to do the least smallest geographic region is 15 miles. So you might as well pick the county, and preferably pick 2 or 3 counties, because you can do deals virtually. There's a couple videos, one that'll pop up right after this video you can watch. It shows you how to flip houses on the internet. You can go out and find discounted deals anywhere in your state and be able to do those deals virtually. So again, Facebook works best when you expand the audience and you give it more room to breathe so they can find the right prospects. Number 4, follow-up is key. People complain, Chico, I can't get a hold of these leads, or I generated, 10 leads and I'm not sure if it's working. You need a sufficient number of leads and you need to follow up with those leads. Sometimes people submit their form and guess what? You can't get a hold of them for a day or two. Does that mean that they're a bad lead? No, they're not. You have to think of it this way. You wake up every day wanting to buy a house. Your prospect who filled out the lead form, right now they fill it out, right? Oh my God, I gotta sell my house. An hour later, they're dealing with their kid. They're dealing with their spouse. They're dealing with the fact that their toilet is all clogged up because their kid put toilet paper in it, whatever the case is. They're selling their house. It's not that important right at that moment. So I have students that will go and get leads and follow up with them for 2 or 3 weeks, trying to get a hold of them, finally get a hold of that lead, and then they make a $20,000 assignment fee. Why? Because the timing didn't match. Their level of priority in terms of selling their house might be here today. Yours is here. Why? Because you want to buy a house today. And you keep on following up with them, and eventually there's a magical moment where their desire and your desire match, and that's when you have a conversation with them, and then you go ahead and have an opportunity, put a deal together. So that's the thing. Follow-up is key with Facebook ads or any lead generation method. Then finally, number 5, Facebook ads for motivated sellers is not a unicorn. What do I mean by that? This requires work. It requires working the system. That means that if you haven't been able to do a deal, if you've been cold calling people for the last 3 months, and legitimately cold calling, not like telling me, Chico, I made like 30-minute call today. No, I'm talking about 3 to 4 hours a day for 30 days, and you don't have a deal. Or you're communicating with people, you don't have a deal. And now you go jump onto Facebook, and then you're like, Chico, your Facebook didn't work because I still don't have a deal. Maybe it's you that's a problem. Maybe you're not good on the phone. Maybe you're not doing the right things. You're not making the right offers. And so Facebook by itself is not going to fix your problems. The thing I talk about real estate is that it's never one thing. It's always a combination of things that come together to create success. And that is for all of life. So what you have to think about is that you have to have the right lead generation strategy. You have to have the right follow-up. You have to have the right conversations. You have to make the right offers. And if you don't have any one of those down, you're not going to do a deal. That's why so many people struggle, because they think that it's one thing that's going to make the difference. It's always a combination of things that makes the difference. And that is my video for today. And I'm going to go back to eating. However, right now, there's a video that'll pop up here, left or right, that shows you how to flip houses on the internet. Check out that video, show you how to use virtual wholesaling, and also another video that will teach you how to find motivated sellers on Facebook. And I'm going to go back to eating.